Okay, here we are with part 2 of the ice cream box project. We're kind of changing up what I had envisioned to start off with. What I'm gonna do is the Nexus connector. It came in the mail today, so I'm gonna clean up what I need to be able to put it back together and test and see what happens from there. It's not really necessary to clean the case and everything to be able to diagnose it further, just to make sure there's not another issue in between. So there's still a lot of ice cream here along the edges and in some nooks and crannies. The SSD was saved by the cap. Actually, I haven't seen too many that have a cap that goes on there, but they do. As well as in here, I know it was this one over here. Inside this connector, there is ice cream. Shouldn't be there, obviously. Here's the Nexus connector. It's pulled out completely. I figured out what it was, why it looked weird to me right off the bat. It's actually missing the plastic piece that goes inside. So, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this board cleaned. I'm going to get this port cleaned for the ribbon cable. I'm going to clean the cable up. It had a couple spots on it as well. And then we're going to get this sucker off here. Get the new one on. Alright, here we go. We got the old Nexus connector off. And the board pretty well cleaned up, ready to go. We're gonna drop the new one on and we'll check it out after. Okay, here we are again. We're back. We got the new connector on. It is on there. Pins are good. I tested them in continuity mode. Sorry, I have like 2 different lights going on, so it's kind of a little crazy looking, but it's on there. We could test further now. I got this cleaned up as well, as I mentioned a second ago. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and clean up everything else that we need to and get it put together well enough to test. Got it together just enough to test it out. Plugged it in, turned it on. We have Xbox logo. I'm not gonna let it sit here for too long. I don't have a fan or anything hooked up. The disk drive's not in there. So it works. Okay, so here's the extent of the ice cream. I'm getting ready to clean it. I just kind of wanted to do a little pan over everything that's got hit. And then once it's all nice and cleaned up, we'll check it out. We'll get it back together, get it tested, see what happens. Okay, here we are, all cleaned up. Everything's looking 99% better. Not too bad. It did take a while to get clean. Some damage where the sugar, I'm guessing, ate through the metal. I have no idea, but that's actually pitted. But now we are ready to assemble just enough to be able to test. Let's go. Alright, we have the sandwich all back together. And we have our power button board in. We have our sink and USB port in. The fan is here. And we are assembling. Alright, here it is all back together. Moment of truth. Oh, there we go. The ice cream box lives again. Right on. Well, I'm gonna hook a controller up and go through the setup. I'm just going through the setup now. Everything seems to be working so far. Well, that's it for this one. A lot of ice cream inside the console. Ended up, pretty sure it was just the Nexus connector that was broke. Whoever opened it before I'd say ripped it out. Really all I did was cleaned everything up, put the new Nexus connector in, reassembled it, and it worked. A lot of cleaning. Nexus connector wasn't that difficult to put on. Time consuming, a lot of work. But we're up and going, saved another one.